So welcome to this replay, and you're gonna see that I am in the ISU, and yeah, this is of course a failed platoon because I am in the ISU 152 platoon, not with two tier 10 mediums, and we were live streaming at that time. So yeah, please check out our live stream if you wish. And oh god, I'm spotted, and I had no clue who actually spotted me because I didn't actually think that was kind of possible at that time. And yeah, the Baltic taught me a lesson. So let's just get into cover now for once. I already lost about more than half of my health, way more than half, so better watch out now. So T44, and you can see that my platoon mates are pushing that side. And yeah, as I said, you can watch our live stream version, which is pretty good. You can see that on the night we played our platoons, we had something like 80% win ratio on that night after like 35 games, 80% win ratio. We had a 18 win streak. That was how overpowered we were. Yeah, and you can see that the sort of teams we got into were kind of really good because not many bad players, and all of our top tier players are pretty good. So this should be a pretty easy win. So not the best start, of course. And since this is a ISU review, I'm not going to talk too much about our gameplay of that night. But I recommend you to check out our live stream, and if you would like to see live stream and our live stream, then send me a message below, and I'll ask you for your email address, and then I'll send you an email personally, or you can subscribe to his channel. But then most of the time I'm not actually on his live stream, just to tell you. And yeah, when I'm on, if you want to see me and Heroscape and Cannonball's live stream, you can ask me to give you notice. Just give me your email, and I will tell you when I'm gonna live stream with them. So you can see that I haven't done much yet, and well, Heroscape already lost about, or Cannonball already lost about, like, let me just check. He already lost about half of his health, so not that good in the beginning. I'm just camping at the back. I'm just chilling at this moment. So I'm just gonna show you, because there's a failed platoon, why is the ISU such a beast. Now you gotta know that this thing has a BL10 that everybody loves and enjoys to play. And why? Because this thing to me is not that much of a troll cannon, because most of the times I don't miss a target for one reason, because I actually aim properly, or sometimes you get troll shots, but that's probably because the velocity of the shell is not that great. But then you just you don't take snapshots that often. You shouldn't be doing that, and you're gonna see just how much I can carry in this game. So I already wrapped up one kill already, killing that T57 heavy from the fire, which was pretty good. And you gotta watch out for that enemy Waffen trigger. He was actually a pretty good player, and also the enemy Borsig, who tried to win it, but he wasn't able to. Now the Borsig played way more games than me, but he's not a better player than me on stats. And I dig myself in the center bush here, hoping that I wouldn't get spotted. And okay, we spot well, not we spot, yeah, I found an object 140. Now that's the price of not aiming properly. It misses the target pretty easily. But what you need to know is that the thing is, if you hit, it doesn't matter if they're tier 10, you will penetrate 9 out of 10 shots. But you still gotta, you don't need to place where your shots are. For example, you can pen an E75 from the front, but still, it's better for you to aim for the lower glazes. But you can chuck shots at like E75 from the range of like 400 meters and expect to penetrate it, because after all, you're driving an ISU 152. And one thing I have to say is that this tank is a paper tank. The only place capable of bouncing shots is the side armor, which not many people will hit that. It will be like 1 in 50 shots you would absorb by your tracks, and probably just take some track damage. But most of the time they will shoot you on the front of the tank, and the gun is actually pretty. The gun mantlet will bounce 1 shot every 8 shots fired at me, I think, or 1 in 15 sometimes, depend on the time and the situation. But the mantlet is pretty troll, as you can see the size of that thing. And while recording this, I already sold my ISU because I want the Object 704. The reason I'm not gonna keep it because I think that I am well. First of all, I'm gonna retrain my crew onto the Object, so this tank wouldn't have actually a dedicated ISU crew, and that's the reason why I am not gonna keep the ISU. Well, I might have it back if I have the Object 268, but that's a matter. That's just sometime later, and I don't have to decide that yet. So let's just give you some other review then. This tank gets set on fire pretty easily. I would say it's not. You don't get. You get more fuel tank fires than ammo racks. It's certainly a pretty it's certainly a glass cannon in my opinion, because if you get spotted, you can see just by a few shots I'm down to a few health. But that's what you can do to tier 9 mediums. You can totally trash them, and this is why I think, you know, the ISU really do well in this sort of campy maps where you get long range engagements where you don't get spotted. But in the beginning, when I did get spotted, you can just see how devastating it is to me when I get spotted. But also, I have to say, I actually bounced a shot from one of the tanks in the beginning, which was fairly lucky. Well, I think it shot my gunman to that. So, okay, the aim time on this gun is not that good, but you see, it doesn't. I don't even need to aim, and the hands of starting will guide it, as Jingles have said. My platoon mate is well trying to spot them, but I can't actually get a shot. So I'm just thinking, you know, should I go over to the field? But then it's quite dangerous that that weapon trigger catches me. But I am going to help my teammate, and just check out this shot. Seriously, let's just pause this. Check out this shot now. Now you can see that it's gonna be pretty hard to actually snatch a shot there. But guess what? BL10 will hit you any day of the week. Doesn't matter if you're behind cover, showing only a small part of the tank. It will wreck you anyway. So, one more thing I gotta say is that the mobility is not that good, but it's certainly better than the SU-152. The suspension is better than the SU-152. Like the soft stats, for example, like you know those stats about, for example, terrain resistance. Certainly the ISU is better. It's better. You get better acceleration and slightly better turning speed, I believe. Well, it feels more agile than the SU. That's what I can conform before I go into any more details. And then, you know, the SU certainly is pretty good. If you're on the SU and you're watching this video, then I recommend you to use the stock gun on the SU for one purpose, because in tier 7 you get lots of tier 9 matchmakings, and therefore shooting high explosive shells on that stock gun is actually pretty decent, and you need a good crew on those tanks. The weapon trigger, yeah, as I was talking about like a minute ago, I did get spotted and get shot at, and he missed. And I'm gonna be quite lucky in this game, because you know what, I'm on 3 kills and I'm only on 391 health, and you know what, I'm not actually gonna die. And you can see that I'm loading high explosive round, because if you look at the team score, well, who's left? Borsig, Waffen Trigger, out, Panda 4, and Artillery. So the chance of me one-shotting them with high explosive shot is pretty high, or wrecking them for like 1,000 damage pretty easily done. Well, on the live stream, Heroscape and Cannonball were watching that batch at 25T, and apparently the batch was pretty dumb, so apparently he was scouting on the ridge, so that wasn't very good, and if he gets spotted, he's dead. And there goes him without doing any damage. You're gonna see him die any moment now. Yeah, and oh, but he did something useful. A Waffen trigger just popped up. Let's just aim that shot, and somehow I hit him. Did you see that shot? That was so narrow, and somehow I managed to hit that Waffen trigger, so that's useful. I put a shot into him, 881. Not bad roll, but certainly I believe the HE is supposed to hit something like 950 on average. So a low roll for the HE, but at least it penetrated, which I can't really say anything about it. It's pretty good. So I go up here foolishly, and then guess what happens? The enemy bullshit is gonna get spotted soon. And the thing is, if I get spotted, the Waffen trigger is gonna shoot me, and so is the artillery. So I better be careful there. And you're gonna see somehow I'm able to carry this game. So the game now is 11-11, and we're actually the worsened team because they have 2 TD quite stealthy tanks. I'm alone with artillery, and oh, that gun depression, and yeah, I drove backward and nailed that shot into him, and he fired at me, missing me by like a mile, and you can just see, okay, Waffen trigger hit that round there, and just watch the artillery splashes, boom, boom. So how lucky was I to get out of there? And now I think I'm not spotted anymore. So I'm thinking that the Waffen trigger can't spot me, and I want to stay behind a bush and also be capable of shooting anyone coming from the forest, from the direction of my gun pointing at. So that's why I chose this spot, and I saw actually the batch is moving up to scout. That's the only reason, that's the only way we can win this, is for him to sacrifice for himself. So I think that he was actually pretty good because he wanted me to actually stay alive, because you know why? It's because I have the BL-10, which aims pretty fast compared to artillery, and I am the only mobile tank, well, actual tank, not artillery, direct fire tank that's in the game. So they should want to keep me in the game, and therefore I gotta support them. The Batcher while he caps, he's doing the right thing. The Waffen trigger is definitely the one that's gonna decap on the enemy team, and let's just see what's gonna happen. I'm behind cover here. I can pull back easily, and just check out the gun traverse. Now I already reached the limited gun traverse here, and you're just gonna see me plant a casual shot into the Waffen trigger. And this was actually no luck. I actually knew that I ran out of gun traverse, and I planned this. I didn't want to move the tank. If you move the tank, the aim circle is big, and that's one of the weak points of the ISU. I have to point out. And just check that out. BL-10. When the BL-10 works, it works. It certainly does work. And then we just obliterated the enemy, and the Batchat 25T said, "Good job, ISU." And I have to say, I did do quite a good job, to do that kind of things. The enemy team's lost this game already. It doesn't matter if they shoot our guys and decap. Doesn't matter. They're dead anyway. Otherwise, this game's pretty good in my opinion. It shows you that it doesn't matter what tier game you get into, as long as you make your gun work, it does what it says on the tin. It will destroy everyone. And I'm not gonna show you the after game stats because I've got better games to show you in the future. So let's just see how the T-44 work when you use the agility and use the terrain, work the terrain as I said, and therefore you need to have quite a lot of experience on where you want to go in the map. As I said in my AMX Top T video, if you're spawning from that end there, you can go around and stay at that ditch there and spot the whole enemy. But if, like, my team's really aggressive, and you might not get hit if all of this tank stays there, so it's a bit of a risk, but I think it's well worth it. And here I'm doing it for the opposite direction. I'm doing it in my T-44. Now I spotted the Tiger too, pretty good, and okay, we spotted quite a few actually. Okay, I put one shot in, back off, and yeah, you see the enemies just dying. They're hopeless now. Like that's how you can make a team lose from the first minute of the game. Like that's the way you do it. I tell you, if you wanna win the game in less than 1 minute, that's how you do it. Just get into your spots, and look at my armor bouncing. He can't pen me. There is absolutely zero chance he can pen me. And just get the kill and spotting damage. Free spotting damage everywhere. But I go very aggressive because it's 7-0. I'm like, okay, let's just go YOLO, and I'm gonna die. Just to give you a spoiler. Okay, so I just got shot by a T-71 and okay, KB4. I'm thinking, he's not aiming at me, so I can't wait for a bit. Shot his side armor, bounced. KB Fortress. So let's keep moving. And then that's when I got too overconfident because you know what, my team still haven't actually got around, and defeat is in sight. I'm joking, but yeah, I go too aggressive, and you can see that it's not as OPS T54. It won't save you from this kind of like situation. Look at that fire on the move accuracy. Although it didn't penetrate, it shows you how accurate this thing is. Angling the armor. Another shot on target, penetrated. Look at this. The accuracy on the move is really good. And I'm just gonna die now. Being stupid. I've been too stupid here. Oh, I'm just dead, you see. That's just the way you die, but although that I got patrol duty and a scout medal in this game. I'm not gonna show you the after game stats because it's not spectacular. I did get into too much crap here in the end, but I gotta say, if I didn't go too aggressive, maybe the game could have ended differently. Well, for me, differently. I probably have done probably over 1,500, but yeah. We did win that, so I'm not gonna take anything away from my performance to win this game. It's over before it started. Like the way I was able to get into that spot, that was just the game-winning spot. You can certainly lose a game in the first minute, but you can't win a game in the first minute. But you can make that possibility higher, and I gotta say that our team winning like this is just oh, they gotta thank me probably, and yeah, I'm not gonna show you any more of this because I don't do anything. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. So in my ISU tier 10 fail platoon. Well, it's not really fail because the BL10 will wreck tier 10s, doesn't matter, and yeah, it has the same damage as tier 10 TD, so not a big deal. And the mouse behind me is, I don't know what he's doing. So I'm waiting for that E100 to turn his side turret so I can penetrate him. And there goes the first damage. 740, not bad. And T71, I want to make short work of him because it is quite annoying and he can affect our medium platoon here. So, oh, that shot missed. The damn BL10 velocity is pretty troll. You gotta lead your shots pretty well. Because it's 152 millimeters. Okay, E100. Do I have a shot? Okay, tortoise. That's alright. But come on, BL10. Just track the tortoise on the side. The tracks. Come on, I got like 280 something penetration, and yet I can't penetrate that tortoise. Okay, strange. Let's fire the front of that thing. See if it penetrates. Wow, 837, and I penetrate. What is this RNG? Seriously? How the hell can I penetrate the tortoise from the front and not penetrate him from the side? It's just sometimes this BL10 is very troll. And then look at this shot in the in the window. There goes 670 health off the E100 through the window, and then we can see that our team is doing pretty well, working around the area there, and we certainly got this game now in the bag because the way we deployed is pretty insane, and I can't argue that much against this team. And the E100, I'm just gonna take another shot through the window when I get the chance. So when the E100 moves a bit forward, I'm gonna just obliterate him. Hopefully. So okay, he moves forward. Okay, there goes the shot. BL10. Who said BL10 can't snipe? Hey, BL10's got one of the best accuracy in the game. And yeah, that just showcased the trollness of the BL10. It doesn't make sense sometimes. The sort of accuracy you get on this type of Russian guns. Who said 0.4 something accuracy is bad? The ISU will work all day long as long as the game RNG helps you out. This gun is deadly accurate, more accurate than the Germans. How the hell I managed to shoot 2 times through a window of that house and penetrate the enemy. That just like, oh god, pretty insane tank. In my opinion, just how the hell I was able to do that. So E100 here again. Ran out gun traverse. Okay, fire shot bounce on the E100 turret. Okay. Let's just see if we got another shot. Now I need to move my tank. Okay, side of IS4. Let's see if I pin that. Come on, come out. Come on, come back. Come on. No shot. E100. Okay, missed that. That's the standard BL10 accuracy, by the way. That's the sort of BL10 accuracy you should be looking at. You know, that sort of shots are the ones that should have be well. That's the sort of troll shots you get. You know, you never expect the shot to hit the target, but sometimes it breaks the law of physics. Okay, side of E100. The gun traverse is pretty terrible on this tank. Looking back at this, I should have just moved really far out so that I don't have to change my gunshots every time. And okay, I got spotted there, but really the only trouble I got is the E100, and E100, instead of shooting anyone else, he shoots me. Okay, clever E100 player there, strong E100 player, shooting the guy was well the furthest away, and he loaded a HE shot. And oh god, 707 damage to IS7. And you see, the thing with the BL10 is that it doesn't matter what tier you get into, as long as you just keep the gun working, it doesn't matter what tier you're in, you still wreck the enemy, and it's so satisfying. You know, I'm penetrating like the tortoise from the front. It just showcases the absolute amazingness of this tank. Totally strong. And I think they're gonna rebalance this thing because the alpha damage is pretty ridiculous at this tier. But yeah, this replay should really showcase the accuracy of this tank. Okay, we've got another game. This is the last game, and yeah, I just had to platoon in my ISU because I actually was grinding my Object 704, and on my way of grinding the Object 704, I had a few good games this night, and I made sure that I was gonna get the Object 704 the week after because well, they kept on playing the T54, so I was like, I don't want to drive my WZ111 all the time, and I don't want to drive my IS8, so I want to drive something new, something like the ISU, which throws the crap out of everyone. And yeah, so you see, that night I drove a lot of BL10 work, and it sure was fun, you know, just saying. Just doing that to like E50s, you know, it's just so satisfying. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how well you're angled. I'll shoot through you anyway. Okay, the gun traverse and everything's not that good on this tank, but oh, 720 there on the Brosig. Now I think the T44 is going to get the kill. So, well, I'm not really. Well, I know that the T44's got that guy certainly, and I should really do something else. So I decided to push up. We're about to lose the cap, it seems like, but everywhere else seems to be pretty good, so cap should be secure. They can't really cap because we just get them. And, okay, seriously, weapon trigger ball 6? Oh, come on. I'm not even fully aimed, and I will kill him 9 out of 10, although it's a BL10. The BL10, very strong gun, and I got this video called How Troll is the BL10, and hopefully you can check it out just to see the amount of trolls you can get in one game. The trolls you get trolling the enemy, the trolls you get trolling yourself, it's just phenomenal. And okay, I bounced the Borsig from like there, but that's not really the gun method, but somehow I was able to bounce. We're losing the cap, so we're like, oh, come on, we need to reset the cap or get in the cap. Somehow resetting the cap is better, but I said to them, don't worry my friend, I'm here. Ooh, 621, that's not that good. But damage is damage, you know. This gun doesn't matter how much damage it is, it still wrecks the enemy. Now, the situation is pretty good, we can win it, but the enemy kind of get in the cap, so gotta go kind of aggressive, so it's gonna mean that I'm in kind of a lot of trouble. The BL10 missed there again. Now I gotta get into this position here, and somehow I'm bouncing. Like I don't get how, but I am. And okay, I'm bouncing again from the Conqueror. The Conqueror must be cursing. How the hell a ISU managed to bounce? Like what the hell? It doesn't make sense, did it? So I'm on 4 kills. If I get another 2 kills, I'm on like Top Gun. So I'm thinking, can I get my Top Gun? Can I get my Top Gun? The answer is yet. I can't. I don't think. No, I can't. So 5 kills will do. And okay, there goes the 5 kill, and we got this game.